Good evening, et bonsoir. Welcome to ARL's round 17 of 26 in season 3. The classic, the infamous, the irrational, the fascinating, the anachronical. You get it. The Monaco Grand Prix is coming up. We have a full and good field. Might even have dry conditions. As usual, we start with the Ferrari driver because Rickard's stream someone starts during qualifying. It looks as if we are looking at 2 dry sessions, which is good because the...
Okay, so remember that the way the car handles is all about weight transfer. When you brake, the center of mass moves forward.
Yes, we all know that. So the challenge, as already Ayrton Senna called it in the early 90s, it's a major challenge. Of course, the circuit is narrow and the guardrails are closed. The front wing is in constant danger, not only from the guardrails and tires, but also from the competition, from the other drivers.
Okay, the circuit's clear at the moment. We're good to go.
Not much is moving here yet. I'm not quite sure what is happening. Maybe he had to go to the loo at the beginning of qualifying. Monaco can be very stressful, and it's good to be in a relaxed and safe position when starting this endeavor. Speaking from personal experience, it is wonderful. Something is happening. But what exactly it is, we don't know. Let's go over to Rickard. 2 minutes into qualifying.
Ja.
Ik ben bang dat je het in je eentje gaat moeten doen. Mijn controller die stopte gewoon met remmen.
Apparently the former streamer had controller issues. So, on a beautiful day in virtual Monaco,
for the time being,
we have a look at this circuit characterized by all the adjectives that I mentioned at the very beginning. Alors, c'est magnifique, mais c'est difficile, mes amis. Many things have changed over the years. For example, if you remember the iconic shots from Senna after exiting the 1988 race in lap 67 of 78, he was looking straight at the sea. Now the sea is almost not visible for the drivers anymore, particularly when approaching the Portier corner, because by now there are constructions and banners there, which is a shame. I always like to drive out into the open sea for a little split moment. But forget the lyrics, here we go. We have to start-finish straight, start-finish banana. And then Saint-Dévote, la montée du beau rivage. Building up to this long left-hander of Massenet, directly followed by Casino, going past the tip-top bar into Mirabeau Haute, as it is called technically, approaching the one I like to call Loews, going through the no-name corner known as Mirabeau Basse, approaching Portier, where famously said I had the accident in 1988. The tunnel where Schumacher's potential 13 win streak ended in 2004. The harbour chicane, La Chicane 9 en français. Now we come to Tabac. Brundle didn't like it. Harbour chicane first part. Second part. Gas, famous restaurant, and founder of the course, Anthony Nogues. Back
I think it's a good lap, nice.
Start finish banana. Rickard finds himself in
Your
P90.
first sector was good compared to
110 middle reminds me of F1 2019 times.
I think
it's
you
not
had the purple
particularly
one, no?
quick. But I don't recall what the times were in F1
No,
22.
it is.
Verstappen crashed out.
Let's see if the Ferrari driver got going. Yes. Let's see how they are. Time 12:32 here and 12:35 here. Perfect. Almost perfectly synchronized. Wonderful. He is building up. Now Monaco, there is only one thing you can do. You have to do lap after lap after lap. It requires a very, very special kind of rhythm and concentration. You need to know the circuit and its peculiarities as good as possible in order to get the right rhythm, in order to really get it flowing, get it going. No, there is another name at the beginning of the chicane that I have to remember. Ah, yes, it was Louis Chiron, not Jean-Pierre Charrier. Louis Chiron. Oh, let's see. No, he's going for a hot lap. Let's see. Battery fully charged and in quali mode. Third gear looks like a safe option in Saint-Devot. Normally, fourth gear used to be the norm. Oh, and there goes the first part of a Ferrari front wing in this qualification. Well, it's a classic place to happen. Normally in the wet. Coulthard and Liuzzi didn't come to blows there in 2008 in the wet, as well as Alonso and many others over the years. I remember Verstappen in qualifying 2000. No, it was in the race 2016, not in the qualifying. He had a special corner he disliked in qualifying, but that one is the outside of the swimming pool. So Ferrari is still going quick. Now into Louis Chiron. Doesn't quite sound as good as Hercule Poirot, but did you know that in fact the port of Monaco is called Port Hercule? So this the Hercules port in Monaco. Now, whilst Ferrari has his front wing replaced, let's see what Aston Martin does. Aston Martin is observing. Chris is currently not on pole, but he has filled that gap in Barcelona. He does not necessarily need to be there. But of course, in Monaco it is very useful if you are there. Yet, as the past has shown, ARL has had one race in Monaco so far in season 1. Won by the speaker, and he did not start from pole. In fact, it was Jumbo who started from pole and had the race quite well under control for about 60% of the distance, 2/3, and then a misunderstanding with a lapped car between Tabac and Louis Chiron ended his race. My race after that was not completely simple either. I was blocked by an Alpha Tauri back marker and had to let pass Miask for a couple of corners. Then he had to let me pass because he overtook me under yellow flag, and then It was very close. I let him pass once, then it rained, and he went for intermediates too early, and I went for intermediates at the right time, and therefore won the race.
Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. So, just ahead of us in this session at the moment are, and we're in front of, currently the fastest lap is a 1:10.
Speaking
I
of
might have
Miaz, he
impeded
was out of the
Chris.
session.
He was on an end lap or what?
Didn't even know he was registered for it, but always good to have him aboard.
Tyre condition still looking good.
Touched the wall slightly in the outlet.
I
I was watching the minimap. What was going on?
Now, did
I hit
Rickard
the
already
fast
damage his
left-hander
front wing in
before the swing
Massenet
pull
as
she
well?
came. I hit the wall, broke my wing, so pushed too
He's
hard.
not driving in a usual outlap speed
So
here.
back in the pits.
Let's see. What about the Ferrari? He's back on track, and he's got ground to make up, and he's still got this setting where he's got fog in the corners. I don't know why he doesn't change.
Nou, als dat niet clean was. Zo.
Why does he want this brake smoke so
Dat zijn trouwens
intense?
banden die ik net gebruikt heb, dus scrub soft, zeg maar. Oh, huh? Wat tafel? Oké.
Are these cold tires or hot tires? Looking at the corners before, I would say cold tires. Ah, Matsuka is having a word. Almost breaking the 110 barrier. This is too close! Oi! I saw that one coming, but the front wing survived. Couple of hundreds shaved off. Now that car is not very nicely placed, but he realizes. Third gear in Casino sounds quite conservative, but of course I would go for conservative, having had the front wing damage in the first flying lap.
Oh, beetje diep.
Yes, there is some conservatism here.
Oh, die had veel.
But that looks like invalidated. Yes, indeed.
Doe er gewoon nog één.
Does he have enough fuel for another lap? Yes, he does. So, stay out, keep the front wing intact, and go for it.
Ja, dit is echt geen grapje. Oh,
Well,
okay,
that's about it.
Laat maar zitten.
Yes, I know that corner.
niet of ik
I've
nou nog
had
genoeg
many
tijd heb
front
voor een
wing
rondje, joh.
problems there too, particularly on old tires during the race.
5 minuten.
Well, at least the track is not going to be full. We already have a couple of people out of the session, so you should have some
Je
space. I
zou
hope you
zeggen
have
dat je
enough
controle
time.
naar links en naar rechts kan sturen.
How does the Aston Martin do? He's also
not
in the
the
pits,
banker.
but
Let's
about to
see.
get out. In fact, in the summer of 2009, I walked the circuit in normal conditions. Some curbs are there all year, for example, the ones on the outside of Saint-Denis. The one here just under the Pirelli sign. They are there all year, as well as the one in Loews or Grand Hotel or Station Hairpin or however you want to call it. What I did find fascinating when I looked at older pictures of Monaco is that the palm hadn't always been there in the middle of the, as I like to keep calling it, Loews hairpin. I like this name somehow. It's not a particularly easy to pronounce name, but somehow it's iconic. So here, this palm in the middle, it is only a product of the last 30 years, I would say. It was not there all the time. But what is of course particularly interesting in this
Very bad.
Loews hairpin is that the way there is not straight. You might try to drive
16.
as straight as possible, but the street has little corner. As a consequence, it is possible that you lose the car balance just on the way to braking for the loose hairpin. It is, of course, famously the slowest corner in the entire calendar. There are a couple of other corners that come reasonably close, but it is the slowest one. Some people even go as far as to say that the first gear in the F1 cars basically exists only for that corner. That was very wide from Richter, almost like Mansell in the last two laps in 1992. But the front wing survived. Now this is the more classic way, taking 4th gear for the first corner, starting to improve. 4th gear hit, 3rd gear hit, that is still very low, but ooh, nice slide. Gerhard Berger had similar beautiful slides that are very well documented in YouTube from the Ferrari training in 1995.
Okay.
He's currently on P7 of 16. But this lap is not gonna be his final effort. He does have enough fuel, most probably, because I remember when you go out in Monaco, the fuel tank is full enough with 5 kilograms for over 4 laps. So that should easily be possible. But he will have to wait then in the end, and he will have to be very careful to make sure that he doesn't stand in anyone's way. Let's say if he ends 20 seconds before the end of the session time. We have a yellow flag here, but the yellow flag is for Richter himself because his speed is a bit low.
Concentrate, focus, good luck.
Thanks, man.
Now I have not yet seen an improvement of Max Duca's time, so might that mean that Max Duca has a fair shot at pole? I don't think he has been on pole this season yet. 13 Edge, also a known Monaco specialist, he won the 100% race in F1 2020. And Richter tries again. Battery fully charged, battery mode changed. Different gear. Not a good idea, 2/10 slower than before. Now he's making up time. Mirabeau Haute, apparently he did better than before, but yeah, there is some time left here. First gear in Mirabeau Basse, that is low. I used to have completely different gears in F1 22, but of course that might also be individual. What do we have here? We have a Williams that was in the way too long.
Jumbo.
Is it Jumbo?
Yeah.
Well, it's a feature of Monaco. He tried his best.
You have 30 seconds then.
But does he have the fuel? We don't know. Ferrari? Oh!
Yeah, lots
Ferrari
of
crashed. Max Duca is still on pole.
God fucking damn it.
Alpine Cadillac also retired from the session. So let's go back to Rickard with the moving picture. We have the session over. Rickard's session is also over. He stays at best in P7. And we have one McLaren coming through, but no new alert. Max Duca still out front, but the last lap time is not over yet. Here we have the current pole sitter. P2 and P3 are finished, P4 is out. Hedget, his best qualifying in ARL so far. 13 Edge, needs to find half a second, but not impossible. Where is he? He must be out. Slayer and Bosco could also still improve.
Fuck, man. Purple
Slayer
sector
is
2.
done.
What?
And only 13th?
Supposed to improve to 13 edge. Still racing, says here, but
18.6. No, that's not purple 2.
now finished. Okay, also not improved.
0.0 is the fastest.
Interesting, very interesting.
I was happy for a second.
So then, oh, and the streamer stays at P20. Mamma mia! Well, now we have P7 and
I had a
P20
very
to
bad
look.
sector 1. Super bad.
That is a difficult choice to take for the start. Both are very dynamic places. I think I'll do the first couple of seconds with Rickard and then switch on to Castle after 2 or 3 corners. Because, well, to start in Monaco at the back, it's quite the adventure. You might even come to a complete standstill, as Michael Andretti had to experience in 1993.
It's not what matters, so...
And we have Max Duca on pole. That must be a first. Congratulations to him. Fatto bene, amico.
That's why I'm gonna go for soft. Try to have a good launch. Overtake 2 cars. And then pit early and overtake in the undercut.
Don't be too eager.
If only ever it was that easy. But the idea is
of course,
good.
but just if I get a good launch, it's 2 cars. With the softs. Just hoping. And let's hope the approximate weather plays a part.
Yeah. That will be very approximate.
Monaco, of course, the weather does play a part, but it does not have a big influence on the wings, so wings are usually maxed out anyway.
Laps. I'm not gonna take any risks. Even though I think it's a fuel-saving track, but
I don't think so. It's
I don't care.
A lot of traction.
So, starting at the back is so difficult. Once in my first league race in Monaco, I pressed the spectate button and jumped from 6th place on the grid to 15th and had to hit 3 times in 7 laps to finish 1 lap down. It was so painful. You need a lot of patience. A lot of patience in Monaco. It's a beautiful challenge, but it can be so cruel.
And the compounds. So C3, C4, C5. That's the only... Oh, don't forget your tire pressures.
Thanks. I really forgot.
Yes, that looks like a good idea.
If your tires wore out, maybe adjust your brake bias to 55 instead of 54.
Yeah, for sure. That I already. Right. Softs it is.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
I see a hard, I see some mediums.
Et maintenant, voilà.
What?
Come on, man. I clicked the alternate strategy.
What's F Senna doing here?
Well, looking at P7, we see F1 Senna / Lewis P6, Williams on P5, Edge at P4, and soon it's go.
Cannot pit early anymore.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, et on y va! Les jeux sont faits. Rien ne va plus. Looks as if Rickard's front wing has just about survived that first corner. Let's see how it looks on the Ferrari side.
Yellow flag.
Something is happening ahead of him. But what is it?
Okay, there's been an incident on track.
Oh! Well, first front wing damage here, but both Alpines.
Ik heb 5 seconden doordat ik Aloord heb aangepist, maar ja.
Well, they did reproduce kind of what happened in Melbourne 2023. Just
There's a new strategy available on the MFD. Ja, kom maar.
3 cars already out. The field deprived by 15% after 1 sector.
Ja, ik zou het wel doen, denk ik. Hey, maar nou is die underview van ons ook
I
wel
have
goed,
to
jongen.
say, I didn't know about
Dat komt
this
echt
because I'm
perfect uit.
streaming this race a little
Alleen ja,
later.
ik heb 5 seconden en dat is wel
Otmar
killing
would be
op,
proud or
Monaco.
something of that, he wrote in the chat. Well, it is what it is. It was a very unfortunate chain of events. Let's look at Rickard.
That's so annoying.
He made up nothing, he's in
I would
P7.
prefer it in lap 1 instead of
And we see
lap
the
5,
Alfa Romeo of
because
Max
lap
Duca
5
leading. The
becomes
safety car is
wrong
waiting in
again,
the Lowe's hairpin.
but still it's
Yeah,
fine.
also.
Still it's
Okay.
And we have the first safety car.
By the way, before
And
I
we have a
forget,
lot
I'm
of
gonna share with you
pitters, so
the Miami
basically the
setup because it's
second part
updating.
of the field is all pitting already. And the first part is trying to stay out. I would do the same.
setup, you mean? You did a lot
You
of
have
races
to be
back?
patient. Track
No,
position is
the
everything.
website
Just
updated,
remember
so
Lewis Hamilton
they have now
2050.
something called optimal for race and one for short race.
In case you forgot. In case you forgot what happened in 2015.
Racinggames.gg.
Wait 1 second, so something is a bit different here. So Rickard is in lap 2. Streamer is also in lap 2, but behind. But then of course he is behind on the track. The former streamer should be in the Lowe's hairpin now. He's almost. Okay. A couple of seconds ahead. Yeah, should be about right. Yes, he's in the tunnel now. Good. And both streams are perfectly synced now.
The temperature is, needs to be 92.
Well, what did I want to say? I was going on about the Lewis Hamilton in 2015. Oh, what a dramatic race that was. Well, in fact, it reminded very much of 1992. It was not dramatic at all. Over many turns, many laps. But then, in the end, the clearly fastest car did not win the race. In 1992 it was Nigel Mansell whose tires or whatever it was brought him into the pits when Williams had already started wrapping the things up and they were slow as a result, and he lost the lead in the race to Ayrton Senna in the most memorable Monaco finish ever. And in 2015 Lewis Hamilton suffered a breakdown of the Mercedes communication and calculation facilities. They clearly were not experienced with the differences between virtual safety car gaps and real safety car gaps. And, wanted to pit him, and he got out in P3 after behind Rosberg and Vettel, and lost the race. Didn't gain any position.
What do you want?
Despite fresher tires.
I'm not.
That was close to brain fade, because they should have remembered that in Monaco track position is everything. You can hold up a car that is 3, 4, 5 seconds faster, particularly now after 2016 when the cars are 2 meters wide again. It doesn't matter what generation they are in. It's just very difficult to pass, particularly in real life. Here in the simulation, you can send it some places.
If you want to go, also fine, of course. Then you can do.
Now here, this corner coming up, most just call it Mirabeau, but technically it's called Mirabeau Haut, the high Mirabeau corner. This is a beautiful overtaking spot. You can nail it in the game. You can get through the corner one by one.
And then I'll leave.
In this one, well, you need a bit of help, but you can do it. Michael Schumacher and Wirtz managed in Loews in 1998, but not in Mirabeau Basin in Portier. As a result, Michael Schumacher had bent rear suspension and Wirtz had a big accident a couple of laps down the road. Of course, the Harbour chicane, famously the maneuver of Nigel Mansell's overtaking on Alain Prost in 1991. Prost then driving probably the ugliest Ferrari ever, the 641B at the beginning of 1991 was extremely ugly, but fortunately I wasn't looking at that time. When I started watching Formula 1 in Hungary in 1991, it was already replaced by the marvelous 643.
Fuck off.
So, this is no new position for Max Duca, neither in Season 3, nor in ARL, nor in Monaco. He does like Monaco, as do I. It's a wonderful challenge. And he seems to be up for it, so let's see how it goes on. Max leads a McLaren, probably Chris.
Okay, clear.
The other McLaren is quite far down the road, and the streamer Ferrari has overtaken a Mercedes. Was that an overtake on track, or was that an additional stop by the Mercedes? We don't know. But for the time being, we see at how it looks here. Rickard almost in the gearbox of Lewis. But it's too early to risk anything. We're on lap 5 of 39. So just find the rhythm, keep it, and pray. Now, how is it looking for the Ferrari? He is coming to the chicane in the fog. And looking at this corner, either he has too much fuel or a bit of front wing damage.
8 seconds.
Or maybe he just didn't get it this once. But he's running very wide in many corners. Lucas is in fact the Mercedes at the back. And Turbo.
Currently trailing our teammate by 2.8 seconds.
But there is a lot of understeer in this car. I would be very astonished if he didn't have any damage. He's driving more or less alone, so let's switch back to the Aston Martin, who is still having the same
Focus
sight
on your
as
exit to the
Chris
tunnel.
does, looking to the back of an Alfa Romeo, but 13 Edge has lost DRS of Jumbo.
He's using full ERS.
And in fact, this looks almost like an overtaking possibility, and it seems to become one.
Nice one.
And it has become one. Well, well, well. An overtake a la Nigel Mansell 1991.
1 seconds.
Bravo, Rickard. Very well done. Now, the next challenge begins. 3 seconds to the next guy, to Jumbo. Fastest lap currently to
Yeah, and you
Vettel.
already lost a lot of time because of that.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Now, he can close the gap, possibly, but he shouldn't overdo it. The races in Monaco, well, it's hard to say whether it is a race that can be won anywhere or that can be lost anywhere. It's probably more a case of the race being able to be lost anywhere because it's just so full of potential traps, this track, so it's easier to lose it than to win it, as countless people will tell you. Now he makes up a little bit of time. Chicane.
You can catch them, they're gonna slow each other down.
So far, no significant lap time distance in the second sector, but he did have a pink first sector, purple. So, it's looking quite good, but he does not need urgently
Just
big
keep your
steps.
focus in front of you. Any info you need, let me
Max
know.
Duca, 1:13.2, Rickard, 1:13.3. Exactly on the leader's pace.
Caution, caution.
Oh, something happened in front. What was it?
Course caution. The safety car's out.
Headset is out.
That's one down.
Maybe he got the inside of Casino and then was slammed into the outside. That is odd. I have not seen him make that kind of mistakes, but
Stay out, man.
Monaco is Monaco. second safety car in less
What
than
do you
10
think?
laps.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm glad there's a safety car because I'm faster than 13 edge and the gap to
So the tires should still be fine.
Because
I think
there's
Bosco must have been out in the first lap
30
with the
laps on the
Alpines.
hards
That's why
is,
he
I
kind
think,
of plays a race engineer
doable.
for
With the safety car
Richard
3
now.
times, 3 laps.
Let's see what the rest does. In front of me, Jumbo and Rivka.
I'm checking first. I'm checking what Max will do.
He's also on the
Max staying out, yeah. Medium staying out. Chris staying out. Everyone's staying out.
Okay.
So just stay out. 13
Of
edge
course.
went in.
With all of these
Yeah.
safety cars, the question now might shift. Is it a race for MH or for MS? I would tend to say it could become an MS race. This not being Michael Schumacher, but medium soft tire strategy. I'm sure Max Duca would certainly
Doesn't
like to
seem
go
like
for
it,
that.
but
Yeah, really? Okay. It's hard to pass, huh? But yeah, I don't mind someone faster.
honestly, he was struggling behind Taylor and Sam and the gang.
We have a Mercedes in the pits. That is probably Lucas. Yes, because Sam is just behind Rickard. Wow. Haven't seen him so high in this season at all. Either he's found his calling in Monaco or that is encouraging progress from the guy who has scored no points yet in season 3 after 16 rounds. So, front is being brought together. Of course, the next question that comes up is, if the safety cars keep appearing, when do you pit? You cannot build the gap that you need. Do you undercut? Do you overcut?
Let's see what it is. Hard medium. Yeah, right.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
But of course, also with every safety car, the risk for a further safety car at one point
Yeah, I think
starts
he
to
boxed
reduce
again.
because there are not so many drivers left. Now 16 drivers of Monaco, still quite a lot.
Yeah, he's on fresh hearts, so he's planning to stay out till the end.
Now I will declare I did switch off my
from the back, but
my Discord both on the phone and on the computer, so I have no idea how this
later,
race
yeah, but
ends. I know how it began because I couldn't resist having a little sneak peek into the Discord.
Yeah, now as well.
At around 9:30 p.m. And I just saw the thing with the Alpines. It's a beautifully catastrophic incident that happened there in lap 1. And yeah, so far all car eliminations have happened within the space of 100 meters
now, yeah?
at the end of sector 1.
He needs to watch my rear end.
I know, but
I'm too patient.
just saying.
Yeah, I'm just watching Jumbo and keeping my pace a bit constant, not doing weird moves.
And of course, you might not think it, but also Monaco does offer the possibility of corner cutting and time penalties. It has happened in the past. There are places where you can cut and where you can invalidate laps and collect warnings and penalties. One of those classics coming up right now. Saint-Devote. It's easy to cut it short and collect the warning in here. Then, of course, here nothing happening. This is just a tunnel of guardrails all through this zone. Nothing can happen here, nothing can happen here. This is all safe. All you have to do is keep the front wing intact.
What's Lucas doing with the Haas driver?
The Lowe's hairpin,
McLaren?
I have never managed to get the warning there. I think technically it might be possible, but this corner here is possible to get the warning. The Mirabeau bus. tunnel itself is only guardrails, no danger of warnings here, but then of course the next classic is the chicane.
Yeah, I did the same for Monaco, by the way.
Easy to run wide.
Because
Also easy to take
you
it
have
too
2-3
tight.
corners where you're gonna steer to the
So,
max almost.
big danger of warnings here. No danger of warnings in Tabac, but a lot of danger of warnings in Louis Chiron here. If you run wide in the second part. And the same
I'll let you
accounts
know
for
when
the second part of
P1
the swimming pool.
goes full throttle.
Now Rickard is in sight with the lead. Max Duca, Chris, Reifler, Jumbo and Rickard.
It's blind.
And on we go. We know
No.
that Rickard has basically the pace of Max Duca, so it should all stay nicely together. But should and do are two different words, so let's see what manifests. Rifle running a little bit wide, but not too wide. Do we see any yellow on the back? No.
Make use of the overtake button and see what you can do.
Well, it's a nice suggestion from the radio guy, but I would Jumbo running very wide in the new chicane. But just forget it and go on. Must be the mantra. Here this corner is very difficult to get right, particularly on tires that are getting older. Sometimes the turn-in seems to never want to come. Whereas in Saint-Devote you have other challenges, as just seen. Challenges that might make you lose the DRS, but that is not so vital here. The DRS zone is short, not straight, and of little consequence. In fact, apart from Hamilton passing Schumacher in 2011, I cannot recall a valid DRS pass in real Monaco, and I don't think I ever passed a competitor with DRS and start-finish straight in Monaco either. But I guess they just need to have it. It would probably be too anachronistic if they said we run Monaco without DRS, although in fact they could. It wouldn't have any difference.
1.8 seconds.
Because somehow I think that the Hamilton of 2011 would have tried to take the Schumacher of 2011 anyway, because they had very interesting duels. Schumacher overtook Hamilton in lap 1 in Lowe's hairpin. That was picking on the pride of Lewis, and Lewis struck back on the start-finish straight. I think he would have done it without DRS as well. 2011 then was the famous race in which made Hamilton to comment, maybe it's because I'm black that I'm always getting the warnings and stewards, because he got together in that race with Massa right here and with Maldonado in Saint-Devote. Basically, if you want to make a video of Monaco crash video, you would find something at almost every
These two corners you just took.
Certainly at every corner, but almost at every meter. Now, what is happening here? Sam is losing ground rapidly to Rickard.
After the U-turn, try to keep it tight.
That should calm Rickard down a bit, but on the other hand, he's almost 3 seconds behind Jumbo. That is surprising, because before the last safety car, I was under the impression that they had similar pace. But never mind, 3 seconds can be lost very easily in Monaco. How is the field spread? It's about 1 sector, but nowhere near enough for a pit stop yet. And we have the first cut of Rickard in Saint-Devote.
I think now's the drop-off part, so
one of the things you have to consider.
The drop-off of
The race is more than a third old already. 15 of 39 laps equals 38.5% rounded. The tires are apparently not at their best anymore. A red sector has just been made, and Jumbo and the lead trio are, the lead quartet are starting to get out of sight, but at the same time, oh, what happened to Sam? He's not there anymore. Sam Kodlek is now the first follower of Rickard. That's a shame. Ah well, he's still hanging in there, but must have been overtaken by at least two competitors. That was very close with the tires to the guardrail, but if you touch it like this, no damage. In the game at least.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 3.5 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. The car ahead has damaged the front wing, but it seems fairly minor.
Now one Haas is dropping back. I see the two Ferraris in start-finish straight. Let's see which one the streamer is. Looks as if he is bringing up the rear of the two Ferraris at the moment. Makes the rear Ferrari sound. Oh, what did we have here?
Leeft hij nog? Ja, hij leeft nog.
Second Ferrari.
Ik heb Lucas ingehaald, maar hij is niet damage.
Okay, third safety car. This might be pivotal. This might be the pitting moment. I'll go to the front again.
Because you're gonna lose a lot on 15 or
So,
tires.
this is the time to switch to hards. I think 24 laps is too much for softs. Everyone seems to be in. Yes, the leader is in, the teammate of the leader is in, the Red Bull is in, the McLaren is in, first Aston Martin is in. What will they do?
Okay, go, go, go!
Oh, Max
That was a fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Who had damage then? Let me check. Race director.
Rickard has jumped to P3 and Chris has jumped Max Duca for whatever reason. How is that possible?
Chris, severe collision with Max Luca.
Driver in front.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
It's showing me Chris had a severe collision, but
separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Your last lap time was a 1:44.2.
Chris does. There was a wing end plate.
I know, maybe it didn't change his wing, but how can I know?
If you switch to the driver and watch it from the front.
Oh, okay.
See the wing is in top or not?
Not quite sure which of these other drivers tire the Ferrari still seems to be running. There is a Red Bull stuck in.
Oh, Max crashed almost into Chris.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I'm watching in broadcast. His wing looks fine. I don't know if he has minor damage.
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 1.0.
Well, that was unexpected.
Okay, they're on fresh hards.
But everyone
Maybe
seems to have
I
their
don't
wings.
think they have.
0.2.
I don't think they have unsafe release or pit hold in
Jumbo's
in
on
the game.
soft. He's hoping for a safety car, but
Well, I do wonder how Rickard could jump Rifler.
100%.
There were several seconds between them, and they had a normal stop.
Lucas
Did
boxed
Rifler have to change the
5
front
times.
wing maybe?
4 stops, sorry.
Did
5
Max
times.
Duca have to change the front wing maybe?
Turbo Man also.
Well, whatever it is,
Podium position. Not that I can keep it, but I'm trying to. Chris and Max are.
Miask is out of the session. That would have been the second Red Bull.
Favorite track as well, huh?
We are
Yeah,
down
and
to
Rippler
15.
is fast as well behind you.
So he will try something.
And we have the season dominator in first place again. The resemblance between ARL and the real Formula 1 is growing.
Maybe I can see something where I can improve. But I don't think so. I'm just sliding too much here in this section.
That will be interesting to know from Max Duca after the race why he did not survive the third safety car phase in the lead.
Oh, okay. Now I know what happened.
Oh, it's on Discord.
Yeah. Breezing and
The first
Lucas were
yeah.
alongside each other. One hit the other, they blocked the track, and 3 of us.
So,
No, that's Monaco.
halfway point of the race coming closer. In 1.5 laps they'll be there, which means half a lap after the safety car goes out, the field has bunched up. This is the last safety car lap.
Tires are at temperature. Try to keep it that way. Huh?
Now, of course.
My AI is driving suddenly.
Oh,
What?
why does Rickard become spectator now?
I
That
see a
is very
broadcast now.
odd.
What the fuck is this?
A very good question indeed.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
Oh, 13H has got a drive-through. Castle has already got 11 seconds of penalties. But why is Rickard looking at the stream as a spectator?
I also do hear a lot of messages on Discord. I think I'm not the only one.
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this SC? What the H? Okay. So it's automatically switched to...
A-Lord is driving a good race. P7.
Yeah, looks like it.
The two Haas are just on the
Welcome
edge of
to
the points.
Codemasters.
So I have a print screen from the standings on lap 20. The camera is just standing still at the start-finish line on my screen. Oh, now we go back to the same.
No, it's gone, yeah.
Well, let's see if the Ferrari driver has
I
a
hope we,
different scenario.
Oh mijn god, your late turn in? Dus ik mag niet eens mijn eigen pitstop bepalen. Gaat hij ook nog eens langzamer?
Yes.
Oh, what the fuck
Looking at
is
his car
dit?
from the outside as well.
Ja, dat snap ik heel goed.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Seems as if the game has produced a bug. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
En ik krijg in één keer een penalty.
Safety car in this lap.
Oké.
No, he's
En
back
ik
in
heb
the
meteen meer
cockpit.
damage omdat...
What about Rickard? He's also back in the
I know, but I mean not 80.
Yeah, okay.
Now this is weird.
Yeah, good luck, man.
And on we go.
Go, go, go.
Why is he breaking that?
That was very close into Sanderov.
What's Chris doing?
What is happening here?
What?
Oh,
Oh, he gave position back to Max.
we have a change
Yeah.
in the lead.
Looks like
Oh my god, red flag.
Whatever might have been the reason for that, Discord will show the answer.
That's why he did the zigzag as well, to let him know to... but yeah, I didn't know. I didn't
That's
see any
unprecedented.
penalties,
same.
why do they have such a good exit here?
It looks like an
They have
unexpected
What? They just
display
go
of
straight.
fair play. Oh, what was that? Rifler passing Rickard in the Nouvelle Chicane.
Check your brake bias on the straight.
Oh yeah, fuck, it's still 70. Fuck. Oh my god. Yep.
That explains.
Somehow the Aston Martin
Yeah, it was
sound is not 100% synchronized with the image anymore, but we can survive that.
It's okay, keep your head down. Long laps left.
And apparently Rickard had a problem similar to the one of Lewis Hamilton in the last 2 laps of Baku 2021. Wrong brake balance, the magic switch on, so to speak. Half of the race has been passed and we have a VSC now.
Which means you're going too fast.
Why is that? We have a Mercedes in the pits and a
What the hell
McLaren,
is happening?
I don't know.
but I don't see any obvious reason for a VSC. Let's see if the Ferrari perspective offers any reasoning.
Wel pitten zo, man. Dat ga ik wel doen. Als deze VSC een beetje lang duurt in ieder geval.
No, nothing obvious, but it's a VSC, so it might end at any moment. Still deployed. 17 laps is too much to risk a set of soft tires, particularly with the field still bunched up, so I don't think anyone will go in. Max Duca is still back in the lead, of course. No overtaking. Rickard, keep a look at the delta, please. Careful, we've already had in Canada. Good alert. Wow, 9,000. I'm not sure if that was good alert or good luck, but anyway, it worked. Daniel Ricciardo in Austin 2050, we're proud of him. And Reifler has closed the gap to the leaders, whilst Rickard is creating a gap to the leaders, or having to let the gap open. And the weather is starting to turn to the darker side, but I think we only saw clouds and no rain. Of course, the cooling down might help the soft tires that Jumbo is currently on, so Rickard must expect a lot of pressure here. Nothing irrational, but a lot of pressure will be given. So let's look closely at this rear view mirror here. We've had fantastic maneuvers in the Rasgas after it was opened in 2002. Leclerc 2019, Bianchi 2014. Jumbo didn't add any of that collection today yet, but who knows? Next lap might just be the moment. But of course he's also dealing with a fairly charged Rickard battery. That sounded like a very early breaking point, but that's because they're out of sync.
I'm surprised that he didn't overtake me yet. It is soft, but he will do now, I think. But
Yeah, he's using his battery.
please tell me when he's using.
He is.
And the chicane is not Rickard's biggest friend today. But at least he has not got any warning, so that's good. And I remember very vividly the PPR Tier 4 race in Monaco that Max Duca and I had.
He is using.
He was in the lead for a short amount of time because there was a guy that with him ran away, was called the Wedge Neon, and the duel developed over the entire race. And Max Duca led in the last lap, but then he ran out of fuel before the last lap, but Wedge Neon collected a penalty, and so at the very end Max Duca still won the race on total. It was quite a crazy finish. Not sure if this race has anything like that.
He is using,
in store still. Certainly gives a lot to analyze. This behavior of the game was very weird to show the people from the outside during the safety car in the middle of the race. That was not good. Entertaining, but not good. For a moment there I was fearing that the race might be interrupted and having to be restarted as a 25% race, but this was not the case.
He's starting to lose grip, so just focus ahead of you.
You have the two Williams on P5 and P6.
Only the RS.
Max Duca had gotten the fastest lap in the meantime.
He's on 75.
Let's look at the field spread. We have one Ferrari almost being lapped. I assume it would have to be Danny because he already had a collision before, and you know, once you get into that kind of energy in the race, it's very hard to get out of it. 2/3 of the race are complete.
But you're good.
That looked like a very early braking point for the chicane, but that might be just the way to go, at least if Jumbo doesn't decide to overtake.
Seconds.
Yeah.
The car behind is dropping
But
back.
unfortunately, Rickard does not seem to have the pace of the podium runners. They're pulling away steadily. Not sure what's with his setup.
Because he's starting to lose pace. I can see that.
Yeah, it seems sliding as well now. But he's still fast here in the brake zones. How old are these tires?
10 laps, but there were maybe 4 or 5 laps on the safety and virtual safety, so you can consider them like 6 lap poles.
We see that the front is still united. Looks a bit like a Romanian flag, dark red, orange and dark blue. Could also be Andorra, I believe.
Okay, gap ahead is 5.6 seconds.
Driver in front.
Okay,
Riffler went
radar
into
is
the
clear,
pits.
weather is looking good for now. Okay,
Oh.
And he retired.
best tire for now.
The lead trio has been reduced to a lead duo.
Okay, the incident
Whatever the
is clear.
reason
Let's
for
get
that
back up to
may be.
racing speed. Come on.
There are strange
Yeah,
things
you
going
just need
on
to keep
today
your
in this
focus,
race.
keep it consistent, you got this.
Why would Reifler just give up after 70% of the race? No point. But there we are on a podium position.
Oh.
What does that
Use your
mean
battery on tunnel, you have a
for
lot.
the Ferrari driver? Running wide in the chicane. Apparently he has sat off 5 seconds warning from pit entry speed, but 3 more came to
Ik
it.
zie het. Je zegt ook gewoon is het sample, maar ik zie gewoon een geel stukje in mijn ooghoek. Zo oppoppen. Weet je wel?
That looks a bit unround. Turbo has retired,
in de muur.
the Haas.
Maar geen safety car.
Where is the car on the track? It's in Tabak. Car is away. So we're down to 13 drivers.
Ja, die zit waarschijnlijk vol met adrenaline zit hij hier. Kom.
And as you can see,
Hey, over teamorders
the
gesproken,
fastest lap
ik loop
of the
wel weg nu.
13th place driver
Dus laat ze
is
maar lekker
in fact
teamorderen.
quicker
Ik zit op
than
nieuwe
the
soft.
fastest lap of the 3rd place driver. But it's not about speed in Monaco only.
Teamorders of zo.
That much has become clear long time ago. Speaking of tires, these are the soft ones.
Heeft hij nog wel een frontwing?
And the line through swimming, no, so the harbor chicane would suggest that they are still in good shape.
Ik loop een seconde per sector in.
Lucas has gone to the pits.
What the fuck? Yo, Verstappen en Lucas in de pit.
Verstappen as well, indeed. That puts Sam back in the points.
Gewoon door blijven rijden, niet DNF.
Danny as well. Castles
Net
in
jij.
P11.
Nee, ik ga iedereen ophouden.
Over the years, there have been many suggestions to alter
Okay, here's the gap that we're
the
trailing
layout
the
of
car
the
ahead
Monaco
by
track.
9.6
Some of them would
seconds.
suggest that at the casino curve there might be different different
Chris
layouts
en
used,
Martika
or
komen eraan.
here that they might go to the left to a roundabout and so on, but so far
Ja,
nothing
bij
of
mij
this
is
has
het
manifested. And we just had a
En over
glimpse of
7
the fact that
seconden
Ferrari
intro
has
voor jullie.
another front wing damage. And he has, oh yeah,
ik had ook
that
bijna geen
is
front
a classic of Monaco. The front wheel just makes it past the guardrail and the rear wheel is picked up. Yeah, I've had
Ja, ik zie
this
het. Er
tons
liggen
of
allemaal
times.
stukjes Ferrari.
But he
Hey,
needs
stem
to
eens
be
naar binnen.
careful. He's not
Blijf
far away
rijden.
of being
Gewoon blijven
lapped.
rijden. Ik ga iedereen ophouden. Gewoon blijven rijden.
With 10 laps to
Holy
go
shit.
at the end of the lap. Well, he seems still to be enjoying himself. Let's see how the
on all tires.
front is looking. Chris is in the lead.
Using overtake.
Why is Chris in the lead? Now. This race is getting ever more confusing.
It's pushing.
Pankadlek now is putting Rickert under pressure.
20.
He's made it past his teammate Jumbo, who's probably got the worst tires. Hi. What is going on in this race?
Come on, this exit needs to be good. He will try it here. He's close now. He's using, right?
Yeah, he stopped using.
I guess I'll have to wait to see the Discord to know what has all gone on. But at the time, the pole setter does not seem to be able to convert it into the win. Here we have a flashing warning light at the side of the road. I don't know what for. There is no yellow. Will Pankadlek make an attack?
10%.
No.
16.
The leaders are 1.6 seconds apart.
I'm trying to do some time
Distance
managing
seems
because they are
stable.
really bad.
That might be an attack coming up here. Pankadlek is partly alongside Rickert, but and we have 7.5 laps to go.
He's recharging for this lap.
Driver behind.
Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old mediums. Okay, they've done 15 laps on those
15
tyres.
laps on
and
those
the time
tyres.
last lap was a 1.9.
Yeah. He's recharging.
How much?
He's on 33. 33.
Oh, it's nice to have a race engineer.
3 in 2 laps.
Yeah.
So the bets are on whether we have an Aston Martin or a Williams in the podium. As for the lead, well, I cannot recall any race that Chris had taken over the lead and then let go of it, so I'm afraid that might be
I think I need to raise
Caso
my,
Cerrado.
pressure to 60 for some corners now to avoid wheel slip.
As the Spaniards say. Case closed.
Try that.
The difference is not getting massively bigger at the front. It's between 1 and 1.5 seconds, but we don't even
He's
need that
using
much,
overtake.
as you see with Rickert and Cadillac.
Not anymore.
Okay, keep an eye on
Even
that
3
gap ahead,
tenths are
0.7
an almost
seconds.
insurmountable
I always
difference.
see it in his mirror, in my mirror when he's using. It's so fun.
He's on 42%. 45 now.
Van Kadlec looks very close out of Casino, but then don't quite maintain it at the point where he needs it.
He's on 50 now.
Very close on the hairpin. Very close in Mirabobas. But not so close in the port. Yeah, that's the one he would have needed for an attack at the end of the tunnel. Instead, he looks to be under attack himself.
Is this Milan ahead or?
No, is
Someone
there
pushing
there
behind
a
you.
lap
I
driver?
don't know who it is. A blue flagger.
It must be the Mercedes of Sem. Or is it Lucas? But
It's
it's
Lucas.
definitely a lap car.
Podium here. I don't mind about Lucas at the moment. Maybe he won the fastest lap, but I don't really care.
Well, that is autumn.
Use your overtake button.
I hope he will not generate an Ocon Verstappen situation from Brazil 2018. Ricker lets
What
him
is Lucas
pass.
doing, man?
Okay, you're creating some breathing space
Better than
between you
Verstappen,
the
and
car behind by a few
Jumbo
seconds.
has made it past Van Kadlec, but both wheels have dropped 4 seconds behind Rickard. What is going on here?
I don't know, but I think so.
It is a weird race. Now Sem is closing up on one of the Ferraris. Let's see if that is Castle.
Lucas nu achter mij.
Oh,
Nou,
sorry,
hij krijgt gelijk ook
Lucas
een blue
was,
flag.
was,
Dat is heel
yes, and
kut.
it was Castle, 1.1 seconds.
Ehm,
One Ferrari car in the
37%.
points, the other one with high temperature from left tire
Ja,
and
klopt.
wing damage. Might be easy pick for Lucas.
Lucas nu achter mij.
The next few corners will show. Oi, 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 what an understeer.
En daarachter blue flags, dus ik moet wel pushen.
And another little barrier touch at one of the classic points. And another one.
Nee, ik ga bij.
Is that the pass for the
Okay,
Mercedes?
dat was
It
echt
is.
shit. Dat was echt
Blue
shit.
flag, blue flag.
He would have DRS, but to no
Dan
use.
vergek je dat ik er langs laten.
And the rifler, oh no, DNF, that has been a long time ago, but I see it for the first time in a long time because he's at the end of the field.
Ja, en Sam is me juist voorbij gegaan, omdat ik hem direct er langs laten.
Another slight
Keep on it.
collision with the
You might make a mistake.
barriers.
Ja, dat is...
And we have lapped cars in Monaco. And again, how lot
ja,
of fuck.
dat had ik dus ook.
And the Ferrari team,
Weer blue flags dadelijk achter ons.
Oei, 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 oei.
Gewoon in de tunnel
Well,
langs laten.
even if it did end in tears, the positions
Zit er
couldn't
dichtbij
get any
nu.
worse.
Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon.
Nou nee, laat maar. blijf
Okay,
erbij.
so that was cleared.
We're not ready.
Back to our P3 man. The Williams are not catching up very
You're
fast.
safe behind, just try to avoid getting penalties.
That sounds about right, whereas
Just
the difference
nurse it
between
home.
the two leaders has expanded to almost 3 seconds. And Jumbo is
No,
up.
no, you will not.
Safety car
3
right
cars
now,
left.
just be careful.
That must have been a swimming pool. Yes, there is one dot stationed in the swimming pool, but there are in fact 2.
3 laps left, so no safety car.
Tankerlek is in the pit. And the next 13 edge is 13 seconds behind.
Tankadlek is pitting, yes.
Yeah, just cruise, man.
But he's
Don't take any
losing
penalties,
ground
don't
to
get
30
damage.
match. So
Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 19.
I'm not sure why
Get that
Tankadlek was
podium, man.
sitting
We
in
need it
this
for the
was
points.
fastest lap. Track position would have been vital. Difference between the leaders at almost 3 seconds. 12 cars remaining. Slayer doing a good job.
Yeah, but just break this
Beyond
slide
P5.
a bit earlier.
13 has 5 seconds penalty as it looks. That must have been too fast entering the pits. Because you can't exit the pits too fast.
They touch me, you know, so I try to brake a bit early. To be safe.
At least I believe you
Sam
can't
is
in this
behind you
game.
like a crazy kid.
No, he's not that close. I don't mind what he's doing now.
Well, what do we say about this race from Max Duca? Is it the rebirth?
So he's a back marker.
Or is it bad luck? Or is it both?
He reached ninth position, but it was very risky.
Oh, yeah, he unlapped himself or what?
Yeah,
Oh, that's why he went for it. So now there's nothing to fight for, so now he's cruising. So it was with a reason, luckily.
Yeah, but yeah, if he fucked Pancart Leg, it's
Yeah, that's really...
a huge penalty.
And what about
It should
Sam?
be a quali ban or something.
Is Sam P10? Yeah.
Sam is P10. And he's not. No one is pushing him, so I doubt he will go for a stupid move.
No, he will not.
And we're already on the last lap at 1.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Position 3 of Rickert looks safe. Now take care of your front wing, because this is the exact time when things can still go south.
Congrats, man. Good podium.
Ah, careful, careful, my friend. Careful,
Oh, it's
careful.
showing me 39 of 39.
The final lap of the race. Final lap.
Weird.
Because you were watching Sam or Lucas, maybe. Yeah, left.
No, no.
No.
But 1 lap is always possible. Just
Maybe because Chris already passed the finish line.
break
I'm a
early.
spectator, yeah.
Nothing to gain in front, nothing to fear in the back, and Pancart does indeed get the fastest lap and 1 extra point. That would be 11 points for him.
On the softs, that's nice.
There is Mercedes being lapped. Is that Sam? I'm not sure. Both Mercedes are very close to each other, both behind Rickert on the track. And Chris has also mastered Monaco. We'll have to make up some
Pancart Leg has the fastest lap.
nicknames for him.
Yeah, he went in very late.
Yeah.
And there is the podium for Rickert. He brings it home.
Congrats.
Medium
congrats, bro.
hard in the end.
Unfortunate for your race, but yeah, this is sometimes what happens.
It's okay.
It's your
Ferdinand and Pancart could be close if Pancart is
I had
being
a lot
so
of
fast.
misfortunes this season, yeah.
Ferdinand has crossed the
honestly,
line.
I blame
No, that should
myself.
be,
I'm not
oh
qualifying
no, it's
in
5
position,
seconds. No, it's
so
not
I'm getting
enough.
fucked with this incident.
Pancart is another fastest lap,
Miami-
1:11.6.
We need to focus on more hot lap.
Yeah, Miami, I'm gonna find more time because I like the track and
Is that the next one? Is that the next
yeah,
one?
I shared with you
Verstappen finished the race.
racing.gg
Lucas
setup.
Sem as well. Ferrari out of the points as it seemed.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, thanks for sharing.
alright, I'll bounce off.
Yeah, thanks for staying there, even though it
No
was
worries,
just
man.
me focusing on the
I
grind.
didn't want to leave you alone. I wanted to give you the info because I saw
And on we
how
go.
tight it was.
Yeah, it was tight, yeah.
Here are the
managed
final
to do it.
standings. Merci beaucoup pour visiter la ARL à Monaco et on se voit de la prochaine semaine. Au revoir, messieurs, dames.